Hi, my name is Meg, and welcome to the House of Aline. Today we're going to do a really short 10-minute mini-series, and it is for my mamas out there and for anyone else who wants to take part. I'm going to give you two options to start. First we're going to press play on our music. So if you're tuning into Spotify, you'll press play in 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're either going to be down on your forearms, okay? This is an option. It's a great kind of early prenatal and postnatal. If you are feeling like you need a bit more support, you're going to be up on the hands, okay? From there, you're going to soften through the legs. Give yourself a little shake out, and then bring the sides of the feet right together. The knees are going to be right together to start, and we're just going to start with some knee folds. So right knee out for 4. For 3, we're going to move nice and slow. For 2, and 1, gather it in nice and slow for 4. For 3, drawing it in slow for 2, and 1. Now we'll speed this up a little bit. So you have 4, 3, 2, and then pull it in slow for 4, for 3, for 2. Just that right leg. 4, 3, 2, squeeze, pull it in for 4, for 3, for 2. Now, this is a great view for you to watch that opposite leg to make sure it's not moving. That's where you're stabilizing through the abdominals. And now we're going to go over to the left side. So you have 4, 3, 2, pull it in for 4, for 3, for 2, right back out. Slow for 4, for 3, for 2, and in slow for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, open, 4, 3, 2, and slowly back in for 4, for 3, for 2. Now from here, you're either going to leave your feet on the ground and lift one leg up at a time, or if you wanted to, you could lift the knees up and lower one leg at a time. This one's going to be a little bit more intense for those low abs. So your knees are up in tabletop or your feet are down, lifting or lowering that right leg first. Squeeze, pull it in, and lower back down. Now over to the left, squeeze. Now we're alternating and lowering back down. Squeeze, lift, breathe, and lower. That's it. Squeeze, lift, and lower. If you want to, you can also lower, squeeze, and then lift. A little bit more challenging. Breathe and lift. You don't need to go all the way down. So if you're wanting to lift those legs, you can also just take this halfway. Breathe and slowly lift back up. A few more, just like that. You have 4. You have 3, you have 2, and now lower the toes if they're up, or just plant those feet. We're going to slowly open both knees together for 3, for 2, for 1. Now here, you're going to bring your toes nice and wide and draw your heels together as much as you can in this funky little frog position. And then from here, you're going to start to press the feet away from you. So lengthening the legs, pushing the feet away. Think of the inner thighs drawing it together, and then slowly soften the knees back out for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And then pressing the feet away, squeeze inner thighs pulling in. You can also be doing this up on the hands. So if you're getting a little bit fatigued on those elbows, same thing here. You might actually get the feet to come a little bit wider as your body's going to be up a little bit taller. Again, really think of those inner thighs coming together. We're going to hold the legs straight after this next one. Squeeze, so you hold the legs extended out. You're on the slight hinge back here. Use those triceps hugging the elbows. You're just going to lower one or lift one leg up, squeeze, and lower back down. Think of that coming from the belly. Squeeze. You can soften the knee or you can keep it long. And we lift and lower. It doesn't have to go very high. So if you are in your 3rd trimester, you might just be lifting a couple inches off the ground. Squeeze and lower. That's it. Little lift. Pull those abs in and lower. Almost there. You have 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to add a little rotation. So you'll take the weight off your hands and use this hand to brace and twist towards that leg. Small little twist and then slowly back to center, and then going over to the other side. So it's like you're hugging a big beach ball, maybe a big baby. That's probably more appropriate. And then slowly over to the other side, squeeze, and then slowly back. So it's like your fingers and toes are reaching towards each other, getting a little rotation. Think of that knee lifting up from your low abdominals, pulling in, and then slowly back out. We're going to slowly pull ourselves or walk your hands all the way up to sit. And then from here, you can widen the legs and just take a little reach forward. Lengthening through the back. You can let the belly kind of hang through the legs here, getting that little stretch, that little mobility through the hamstrings. We're not going super wide and we're not going super forward because we want to keep that connection to our strength here and not just the mobility. We're going to roll all the way up. You're going to keep your legs out like this. We're going to put our hands together and just add a little rotation through the spine. Squeeze. You can look back over top of your shoulder and then come back to center and over to the other side. Now, if you're getting a little bit of belly burn here, you're going to keep the rotation really small, okay? So you can keep it this direction and actually do a little lean instead and then bring yourself back. If you're okay, you're going to keep wrapping around, firing through a little bit of oblique and then back to center. And the last time each side, squeeze, pull those abs in, sitting up super tall on the sit bones. And finally, over to that last side here. We're going to come together here, draw the knees into the chest, and you can just let the knees fall open and back in a few times, just like that. And then we're going to let the knees drop over to one side, and you're going to make your way gently down onto your side. From here, you're going to draw the knees right together. Hips are stacked. And we're going to just start by opening that top knee, really small range of motion, squeezing into the outer glute, and then slowly lowering back down. Keep that going. Squeeze, little lift, small little clamshell, and then slowly lowering. Tendency here is to kind of roll back onto the back, right? So keep the hips stacked, keep it super active, and then slowly lower. We're going to hold the knees apart in 3, in 2, and 1. Now, tiny little pulse. Go back for 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees together. And now this time you're going to kick the heel out in front of you. If you need a little extra support, this top hand is going to come down into the floor. And then we're just going to pulse the leg. It just goes up an inch and down an inch. If that far forward is too much, you need some more space, you're just going to be on the diagonal instead, okay? Squeeze, lift, and lower. Lift and lower, breathing. You have 8, slow 7, slow 6, and 5. In 4, we're going to bend the knee and draw the heel back to your bum. In 3, in 2, and 1. So now draw the heel back in line with your hip, and from here, you're going to squeeze, little hamstring curl. Draw the heel to your bum and then slowly press that leg away towards straight. Do that a few more times. So activating through the back of the leg here. Hand can still be bracing you. Squeeze and press back out. Few more just like that. Squeeze, pull. And we're going to hold this here. A little tap back and forward. Little squeeze back and forward. You have 8. You have 7. So think of the hips staying stacked, pressing that knee back an inch. Breathe. Last 5. Last 4. We're going to hold the legs straight in 3, in 2, and 1. Draw that heel towards straight. Little squeeze of your glute, little pulse. Up. That's it. Those outer glutes are super important when we're prenatal, especially to keep the stability through the hips as we get a lot of mobility through the body, and also postnatal to regain that strength through the pelvis. So hang on to this even though it starts to burn. 10 more. You have 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to stack the knees. We're going to slide that arm out, and you're going to slowly start to rotate onto your spine. Making it an easy transition, you can just roll over onto the other side. I'm going to do a quick little switcheroo here and land on my other side so you can see what's going on. Toes are going to be together, back in line with the hips, and we're going to go straight into that other little clamshell. So you squeeze and lift the knee and slowly back down. That's it. Squeeze to lift. Slowly lower. Breathe. So just the same set here. It's a nice short, fiery leg series for that outer glute. We're going to hold the knees apart in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold the knees apart. Now tiny little pulse back and back. You can have your head rested. You can be supporting the head and have it lifted. It's totally up to you. Just think of that top arm keeping the hips stacked. You have 4, 3, 2. Now from here, draw that leg out in front of you, kicking the heel towards the front. It can be straight out or it can be on the angle. From here, you're just going to add that little juicy pulse. So it's a lift and lower. Squeeze, lift and lower. Up and down, lift and lower. You have 8. Breathe. 7, 6, 5. That's it. 4, 3, 2. Now draw the heel back in line with the hip, bend through the knee. Start to pull the heel to your bum, little hamstring curl, and then squeeze, press that heel back out, lengthen the leg. A few more, just like that. Squeeze, bend, draw the heel into your bum. Squeeze that hamstring. That's it. And then next one, we're going to hold the bend in 3, 2, and 1. Hold the bend, and now little tiny tap back, little squeeze back and forward, little extension through the front of the hip, back and forward. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2. Now here we stretch the leg again, squeeze, press it out, little lift, up and up. That's it. Hang on to this. Use that hand to brace. Keep that activity, outer glute, almost there. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and draw the knees together. We're going to press up onto the hands, walk our hands in towards us, and then meet in a little cat-cow position here. We're going to slowly let the belly expand towards the ground, lift the tail, lift the chest, and then press into the hands. Find a small rounding, pull the chin into the chest. And a couple more, just like that. Squeeze, opening, lengthening through the back. Now push through the palms, squeeze and lift. Pull your hips back towards your heels, and nice and slow, roll all the way up to the top. Thank you guys so much. Quick little 10 minutes there. Any of those moves you can do for longer, spend a little bit more time if you have it. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on Alaline with something else. Thank you guys. Have a good one.